Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Japanese tier 10 heavy tank, the Type 5 Heavy. Now, the Type 5 Heavy, it's got a big derp cannon. It's got this 15cm cannon which has 1300 alpha on its HE and then like 750 alpha on its heat rounds. I do carry 10 heat rounds but I pretty much never fire them. And that's because this HE just is consistently doing 500 to 600 damage on people all the time. And I don't have to pen people. But if you do pen people, ouchies, right? So, yeah, even though I've got the heat, I only ever really use it in situations where I definitely need to pen something and kill something for like 600, 550, 700, something like that. But it's because it takes quite a while to load in and the gun's not the best accuracy in the universe. I don't actually use it all that often. Because as you're going to see, the HE is more than capable of everything you'll ever need in your life. And the Type 5 for that dirt meme is great. It does have a 14cm gun as well, with 600 alpha, which is really consistently solid. But the dirt gun is the way to go, because like I say, you don't actually have to aim, and you can just blat people. Obviously, if you aim, and aim for certain spots, you'll do even more damage. It's a lot of fun. So, in terms of a crew on the Type 5 Heavy, what do I run? Well, on the Type 5 Heavy, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Track Mechanic, and Rapid Aim. Now, all the gun perks, because the gun is derpy, you want to help it. Rapid Aim, because the turret traverse is very slow. And I just want to make it that little bit better for me, because the turret traverse was annoying me. I wanted to make it better. There's that final slot is up to you, right? You could run off-road driving to be a little bit better when you want to help you get to your top speed a little bit better. You could run armor angling because you're going to get penned a lot from people firing prem, so just reduce the amount of damage that you're taking from these people. There's a lot of different things you could do, right? And in terms of equipment, I ran rammer, vert stabs, and optics. Optics because I never wanted to get out-spotted by those TDs that sit at the back and will just pen me relentlessly. If I don't have optics, most of the time, if they're sat at the back in their little bushes, I'm not going to spot them until it's too late. At least having optics gives me the chance. And then vert stabs and rammer, obviously, because we want to make the DPM better and make the gun accuracy better. So this first game, we're on San River, and we're in this little dip. Thankfully, we haven't, well, Artie just missed, but we haven't been shot by Artie yet. And this is the perfect... And, well, okay, there he hits us. The perfect scenario for the Type 5 Heavy. They're all in front of us. We just have to keep derping. That is definitely a batch at 15558 if I've ever seen one. Yeah, we just keep them in front of us. And we can just keep derping. We've also got a platoon of Type 4s, I think it is, alongside us. Which means that the shots that we're going for, if we just keep tracking people, we're going to end up with tons of assistance. And... yeah, if you haven't guessed by the title, as always, this is the third Mark of Excellence video where I get, you know, the third Mark of Excellence for the tank. And we're in that grind for it, so it's like, every little helps. We've just tracked that 257. Unfortunately, he doesn't end up getting shot yet, but that's what we're aiming for. Like I say, you don't have to pen people to do a lot of damage, and that means that you can just splash people's tracks off like that, as he gets done in now. And we've just gained 500 assistance. So, that is probably my tip to you guys if you are trying to get marks on this tank, or even the Type 4 Heavy, or any of the Japanese heavies, to be honest, when you got the derp gun, is go for tracks, go for side shots, go for just blow the tracks off and you'll get tons of assistance, as we're up to 3.6k damage so far in this game, and 3.6k damage, sorry, and 2.8k assistance. We're on a really good game already. And we've got more to shoot. So here's the IS-4. It's like, okay, I'm just going to blap you. I really could have aimed for his tracks there and got more assistance, but I think I just wanted to keep moving from anything that could help, well, anything else that could shoot me. We've nearly got the reload in again. We end up getting blapped by artillery, which is now behind us, I think. Which is, yeah, it's a batch at 15558. It moves quickly. There's now that batch at over there. We can pen the batch at with HE. But again, I want to keep myself moving because that bat 15558 is going to end up blapping us. But because we end up shooting him and tracking him in place, we end up getting all the assistance on that bat chat as well. Win-win. We could have penned him for like 1300, sure, we could have probably one-shot him there. But because we shot him in the side and tracked him, we ended up getting all the assistance anyway. This was the perfect scenario, especially going for that third Mark of Excellence in this tank. Because everyone was in front of us, we had other tanks that don't care about penning them. They can just blap them as well, so we get the first shot in. shoot the sides and tracks off of people. They shoot them. We get tons of assistance. And that helps us in the movement of the mark as well. Now, obviously, these two games were from quite a while ago, as you can see with the post-match results. It's a blue screen. But I've meant to get these ones out for a wee while. And we're finished with the victory. The 1 kill, 4.5k damage, 3.8k assisted, 3k blocked, which is decent. Ace Tanker, the Steel Wall, the Sniper Medal, 1642 base XP. Now that's like, what, 8 and a bit K combined, which is perfect for what you want for a tier 10 third mark. And then we're on to the last game, the final game, the game where we're going to achieve it. And this time we're on Desfall. Yep, we're on Desfall. Not really the ideal map, these Cold Wars, because we're Cold War maps, because they're so big. But then Desfall was the best one for the slow tanks, because we could literally just go to the middle and farm our little hearts out. And that's what we're going to go and do. Because you don't have... The middle of Desfall, even in Cold War, is an extremely powerful position. Because from there, you can get shots out everywhere. You can spot out across the C line, you could spot out across the HJ line. You could, if anyone else was spotting, you could shoot everything along those lines and you could get good shots out in even good spots. You had to be careful because if you poked out a little bit too far, you could end up getting done in, essentially. You get spotted, because that's the problem with it though, in the middle, is that you have great sight lines out, right? But there's also great sight lines in. So if you get spotted, the likelihood is you're going to get shot from multiple different directions. So you just had to be careful with where you were poking out to shoot people and be careful with, you know, how you were going about it. So as we're on our way to the middle, we end up getting this 13105 YOLO across, and we try and get the shot on the move, but unfortunately we miss. It's never, not often going to happen where you get the shot in on the move in the Type 5 Heavy. Not often at all. But, you know, means. You've always got to go for it, right? Try your best. So, our team's sort of gone towards the base. We've got a few tanks along the sea line, which is going to be perfect for us, because once we get up on top of this little hill, we're going to be able to, well, I say this little town in the middle, we're going to be able to get shots at those heavies and mediums that are spotted currently at C6, C7. I'm just hoping that there's nothing along the J line or along the G line so that we don't get shot in the side, but fortunately enough, there's not. And we're just going to go up here with the Jagdpanzer. And this is the problem, right, with these maps, is that I have currently spent 2 minutes trying to just get into a position to fire my gun. And it's still going to probably be another 30 probably another 20 to 30 seconds before I even get to fire again. That was always the painful thing about these maps, was that it just takes so damn long to be able to do anything in a slow tank. But oh my god, 13105, what are you doing? Oh, that poor guy. First shot of the game, 973 damage. Perfect start. But yeah, the Cold War maps, it took too long to get anywhere with tanks that didn't do like 40 kilometers an hour, and it was always painful. That's why I'm always happy. The only one that I will ever miss is this map, because I do like Desfall. Don't miss any of the others. And even playing Cold War, I like Desfall, but I don't like the others. It's just what it is. Actually, Fred Fang's not too bad in Cold War, but hey. Anyway, besides that, we're now into position. And they are spotting these guys across there, and we're going to be able to get these big derp snipes off. Now, you saw what happened to that Jagdpanzer. That can happen very easily if you get spotted in this position. They get good shots into you, and you just got to be exceptionally careful from it. So we're just looking for more shots out. Unfortunately, the Type 5 Heavy shuts down my 257 friend. And it's like, I know where they are. They're somewhere over there. So I'm just going to try and pop a blind shot at it. And we end up hitting them for about 300-400. Like I said, we knew exactly where that Type 5 Heavy was from before when we shot it. So it was always worth trying to get a blind shot. But now we're going to turn around. Because look what's happening behind us. They are pushing the cap. And I'm hoping that I can move into a position to get good side shots into these guys as they progress forwards. Now, there's a heavy tank cutting across there. I'm just trying to see if I can get a shot into this Concept 1B as he comes over. The Kampfpanzer 50T is coming over, but then he gets unspotted. There's the Concept. We get a nice big shot for 522 into him and track him in place, which is always lovely. There's big John McClane over there. Oh, no, we're going to have to shoot John McClane. We can't do that. He's the hero in the every tale, right? Oh, well, we're going to try and go for the pen, but destructible walls stop derp guns, so we couldn't quite get the shot into him. Now we've got this Kampfpanzer again. I'm waiting for him to turn into a position where I could possibly pen his side, but he doesn't do it. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to black pin the side for 602. We're just being careful because we are spotted, and if that machine decides to go heat round central, it's probably going to wreck us. But fortunately enough, he doesn't. We get a nice shot into the Kampfpanzer there for 400 odd. I say we don't have to aim for a penetration. We can just go blap, kill. You know, it's just what it is. The skillless derp cannon that it is. And now there's this STRVK. So we go for the big shot into his side, track him in place, 511 damage, up to 4.2k damage and 350 assistance. And at the time I did the Type 5 Heavy, it was about 4.7. So we're nearly there to hold the mark. We need probably one more good shot for 500 and we're holding, which is perfect. Now I notice that, okay, we kind of seem to be holding out on this flank where the cap is now. And there's this sole medium tank where these heavies and mediums are. And it's like, okay, I've got to get over him, try and get... Because these guys are going to be so focused on that guy, these are going to be free shots. So it's what I want. I want at least one more good shot before we get anywhere. Now we've got the IS-7. It's like, hello, sir, just give me free 500 damage. There we go, 504. Straight in, perfect. We're now holding, which is great. And we've got these guys all out in the open, which means we're going to get another shot or two easily into these folks. So we're going to poke out, and this E-75 is caught in a very compromising position. Go for the shot underneath the gun, which is what we wanted, and it goes straight in for 603. Heavily armoured heavy tank. If you aim for underneath tanks or aim for engine deck splashes like we did with shooting the front of that E-75 and got the splash onto his engine deck below his turret, or just the weak armour below his turret anyway, you're going to splash for far more damage, which is what we aim for. Like I said, we ended up getting 603, and you see as we splashed his upper plate, we only did like 400 and something damage. You know, it's an extra 200 damage for splashing underneath his gun. It's one of those things when you're playing these derp guns, and obviously you're going to see it in a bit with the IS-7, where when I aim at him, I aim for underneath his tank, because number one, I'm going to splash his belly armour, and the belly armour hasn't got that much in it. It's got like, what, 60, 70 millimetres of armour. So that means the splash damage is going to be far bigger against it, and then I'm also probably going to track it in place, which means if other people shoot it, assistance damage, which is perfect for these grinds. So far up to 6.7k combined, which is spot on for going for this third mark. And I'm pretty happy at this point, because when I got Dad's full, I was thinking, oh god, because it's just the way these maps work. It's like, I'm going to end up driving for ages to get into a position and then find out half my team's dead, or the position that I've spent half the game driving to, their team's all full YOLO'd, right? But it's gone well. We've got another shot into the side of the turret of that guy. We're up to 7.2k combined. At this point, I'm pretty confident I'm getting the third mark, which is pretty cool. But I mean, you can never be confident with the mark system as well, but it is what it is. So this IS-7 gets another shot into our lower plate because he's firing gold. We get the shot underneath him for 508 because we're going to do more damage splashing underneath him. And now it's just me alive. That's it. It's 7-1, and I'm pretty screwed. I'm just like, please let me get one more shot off. Just one more. But you don't bounce anything in the Type 5, unfortunately, if everyone's firing Prem, although these guys have my back. Is what it is. We're finished with the defeat. 7k damage, 3 kills, 762 assistance, the high caliber. We ended up with 95.1, just over the line. Nice game for the Type 5 Heavy, derping away, derp memeing, and we get the third mark of excellence for the Type 5. It can be fun, it can be a right pain as well, it can be awkward. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!